Sir.
Yeah, I'm ready to listen to it all. But before we get into it, yeah, they started this 223 pod talking about Ghana basketball, trying to connect the pro players from overseas and the local players, and actually, create a society, create a community where we can, engage amongst ourselves and, share ideas, help each other. So, what do you think about this pod, though?
Nah, I love it. I love what y'all doing. Y'all are helping the next generation of Ghanaian basketball players, just kids in general that look up to y'all. Y'all changing the dynamic. You know what I mean? Giving up information and knowledge, which is a blessing, bro.
Thank you very much, Deuce.
No
And
problem.
before we start everything, I would want to, give some research that I did. So this will take a little bit, some minutes. So Denzel Mensah is a Ghanaian American professional basketball player, entrepreneur, a youth basketball mentor. He has built a career that spans college basketball in the United States and professional basketball in Europe and South America. Denzel Mensah came from a Ghanaian family, developed a passion for basketball at a young age. His journey reflects the experience of many African and African American athletes who use basketball as a pathway to education and professional opportunities. His Ghanaian heritage remains an important part of his identity and is something he often speaks about when discussing basketball development and opportunities for young African players. Denzel attended Penn State University, where he played college basketball while completing his education. His college years helped him develop both as an athlete and as a leader, laying the foundation for his professional career. His educational background also contributed to his work outside basketball later in life. After college, Denzel pursued professional basketball overseas rather than following the traditional NBA route. Throughout his career, he has played in several international leagues, including Spain, Armenia, Uruguay, and other professional competitions across Europe and Latin America. He has primarily played as a point guard and is known for his scoring abilities and leadership. At one point, he was recognized as one of the leading scorers in FIBA competition, averaging nearly 45 points per game in a season.
Damn.
While playing professionally in Spain during the COVID-19 pandemic, Denzel spoke publicly about his challenges international players face, including travel restrictions and uncertainty about returning home. His comments highlighted the realities many overseas athletes experienced during the period. Beyond playing, Denzel is heavily involved in youth basketball development. He founded the Denzel Top 100 Camp, a program designed to help young athletes improve their skill, gain exposure, and learn from experienced coaches and players. The camp has become a major part of his legacy off the court. Denzel has also been in business and community initiative. His professional profile describes him as a non-profit leader, philanthropist, entrepreneur who focuses on creating opportunities for young athletes and underserved communities. What do you think? This is Denzel Mensah. What do you think? What do you
Yeah,
think,
yeah, that
Denzel?
was a great intro. That
That's a
was a
good
great.
intro.
That's a great intro, bro.
Bro, you've done so much, brother. You've done so much, bro. And we need to, bro, we need to give you your flowers, bro, because you've been doing this for a very long time, bro. And I've known you for also a very long time too, man. And bro, we need to give you your flowers, and that's what we're about to do today.
Appreciate
And
it.
shit, we want to ask, tell us about you, man. I've said something. You want to say something else? Like, tell us about Denzel.
I mean, I think you said a lot when it came to the basketball side. I think for me, it's just God has blessed me to reach goals that I don't think I even seen for myself or other people seen for me. It's just the prayers that my mom has been doing, probably in her stomach. I think also it's to a point of just like staying humble. I'm not just it's hard for a person that's humble to say that he's humble, but just staying humble and just staying thankful for what God has blessed me with, and being able to reach others in the way of from basketball, but also just when they're around me, just being a good vibe. So that's the most important thing for me.
No, that's big time. That's big time. Maximo, mute yourself when Denzel is talking, just so the sound in the back doesn't,
Okay.
keep.
So Denzel, who introduced you to basketball? How did you fall in love with basketball?
It's crazy because the finals was going on, and my dad was a big Knicks fan, you know. So my dad introduced me to basketball. Um, it was his favorite sport when he came to America. He came to America in '85, so I'm a first generation. My first idea of basketball was 1999 when the Knicks played the Spurs in the finals. And then my favorite player was Latrell Sprewell. So it's basically how I started basketball. But also my uncle, Uncle Leslie, he's from Ghana. He played basketball in Ghana, in London, like with the OGs. So it was just to a point of he taught me like the basics of like the jab step and then the rip through and stuff like that. But then I just took it to a whole different level.
Most definitely, for sure. That she paid off though.
And Denzel, I want to ask. You said a lot. It looks like due to, watching basketball like on television, the NBA, and also those surrounding you. Like you said, your dad, your uncle, those influence your early stages of basketball, falling in love with basketball. And I
Yeah.
also want to know. So, apart from all this, when did you realize you could take basketball somewhere? You could do something with basketball.
Not until my freshman year of college. I mean, if you want to talk about when did I think I could play in college, probably my senior year, no, my junior year of high school. I was a late bloomer. Nothing was given to me. I was actually better in football or soccer than I was in basketball. But once you have a love for something, you dedicate your life to it. You get blessings, and there was a lot of dark days where I wanted to. I believed that I wasn't professional, how I was supposed to get recognized, but then what you call it, God made a way of starting to prosper and starting to showcase my skills my junior year. Senior year, I exploded.
Okay. Was your family also supportive of this journey?
Yeah, they were supportive, but they didn't think nothing of it. I mean, they're just, yeah, my son is doing well. I don't think they thought that I would be at the level that I was at. And then also what you call it, they thought I would take it as serious as I took it. Ghanaian parents want you to be lawyers, doctors, and
Wait,
stuff like
wait, Denzel, hold on a little bit. Hold on a little bit. Hit the three dots. You're gonna see it and it's gonna mute you. See the three dots? Cause like there's too much sounds on your background. So just hit it when he's talking, and then you just Maximo, you see? All right.
Yeah, so I'll just go back. So yeah, my parents just wanted me to just enjoy playing a sport. I don't think they told me they thought I would take it serious. They probably wanted me to be a doctor or a lawyer, just do something with education because education is given, right? So like no one could take education from you. So it's to a point of like it's the sure bet compared to
Yeah,
basketball when it's not likely to become a professional basketball player.
yeah, no, for sure. Solid information. That's crazy, man. That's it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You already know. You gotta do what you gotta do to
So,
get where you have to get to.
so Denzel, so let's say in high school,
Yeah.
you spoke about high school, right? What do you think about the competition in high school in the USA?
Oh, it's very elite. Everybody grows up with a basketball. I think there's a way of people reaching generational wealth, right? So it's to a point that everybody wants to become an NBA player or become
Professional.
become a pro, right? So it's to a point of like everybody has that dreams, but then is who's gonna work hard on it, and then obviously there's some God given talent that you have to have, right? Or a God given height or a God given speed or you know what I mean? Obviously you can work, but there's something that God gives you to become good at the sport of basketball.
And what was the high school grind like in the states? If you can also mention the name of the high school you went to, that would be very good for us too.
Yeah, I went to South Plainfield High School. So the grind for me was tough because there was New Jersey, New York area. Everybody is known for like, handles and scoring. I mean, I was at the time of Kyrie Irving, Miles Mack, Michael Kidd Gilchrist, um, Kyle Anderson. When I was a senior, I think Carl Towns was a freshman. So it's to a point of like, there's a lot of good competition out there, especially in Jersey. Everybody's trying to make it out and everybody's trying to be great. It's just it's a state that loves basketball. So, I mean, for me, it's just everybody's grinding, so someone while you're sleeping, someone is working.
So what was the grind like? Because I know a lot of struggles come with positional, like as a point guard, like, and with their height. What was your height when you were in high school?
About like 6'1". I'm about 6'3" now, so like 6 foot 6'1".
Okay. And how was the struggle? What was the struggle, the competition like playing in that position, like a point guard, a shooting guard? How was the struggle like?
You're gonna laugh. So at my high school, I was a four, a three, and a four. So at the time, like I was just like off ball, which helped me out later on. But like I had to learn how to be a point guard. You know what I mean? I was always like what you guys would call now a point forward or a point wing. So I'd be able to bring up the ball, but I would guard like threes and fours. Um, so it's to the point that like I had to study the game. I had to play a lot of basketball to learn the point guard position. So my junior to my senior year, that's where I was just bringing up the ball more, working on my handles, working on going off of screen and rolls, and dedicating it. I mean, I put in work, but when we get to my college years, you'll see how insane I was with the like working out and stuff like that. Right, like high school is a regular. Okay, get out of school, put up shots, go and hoop, go home around 7 o'clock, and then do it again, and do it again, and do it again.
And I mean, what are some sacrifices you made in high school, or some sacrifices you made during your early stages of playing basketball?
I think it was not going to parties. Well, my parents wouldn't even allow me, but I wasn't the kid to go to parties. I wasn't the kid to be exploring stuff. I was just like a kid that just watched basketball, watch ESPN, go play outside, go hoop, and just stay out of trouble. Just very, very basic lifestyle, nothing too crazy. I mean, I wasn't the social butterfly or something like that. I was just to myself.
Nah, for real. That's like kind of my style too. You feel me? Not doing too much and just focusing on yourself. Like
Yeah,
that's for sure one of the keys, 100%. You know what I
for
mean? Just
sure.
staying out from so much.
And
Yeah.
what was one player you played, a tough player you played in high school, like a big competition in high school that you saw or you played that you realized, no, I need to go back and work harder.
I think it was either Miles Mack, Marcus Towns, Carl Towns, but they were young. I think it would either be Kyrie or Miles Mack, one of those two. Those they were dumb elite. I mean, Carl Towns is young, but Kyrie was just like in pickup, and then Miles Mack, I think we scrimmaged them, but it was just to the level of just like, yo, if I think I'm good, there's other people in the world that are better. You know what I mean? So you just gotta work.
And what did you learn playing with these players? Like, what did you pick up anything from them? Like something you were like, oh, I need to pick up something from these players because that's what's separating them.
I need to learn how to shoot. I need to learn how to shoot. I think I was gifted to know how to get to the basket at any time, but my shooting it wasn't the best. I used to not. My form was bad. Everything was bad. So I had to work on it to become a better player for sure, especially in high school.
Okay. And so during your high school time, did were you able to travel to Ghana?
Not no, not during my high school time. No, no.
Oh,
I
oh,
actually no, I'm
okay.
lying. I went when I graduated high school, but I didn't go during high school. No.
Okay, because I know for a fact that I mean most African Americans they feel like they are not welcomed anywhere. Because you in America you feel like hold on you in America you feel like you're not welcomed in America, and
Hmm.
when you go to Ghana you feel like you are not welcomed in Ghana because of your accent. Do
Hmm.
you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like you are not born in Ghana, right?
Nah.
And this is something that I've realized because someone who is an African American also spoke about this that he's in Africa and due to his accent, it feels like he's not that accepted. Do you get what I mean? He's
Yeah,
not that accepted,
I get what you
and
mean. So yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Let me finish it.
and okay. So let me rephrase this. Let me ask the question again.
Hmm.
So, how does it feel like being an African American, not being accepted, that accepted in the United States, and when you come to Ghana, you not that being accepted the same way because of your accent?
Yeah, so and when you're African American, they call you African booty scratcher and doing the clicks, and oh, you live with what you call it, lions and gorillas and stuff like that, not knowing how beautiful Ghana is, or how beautiful Africa is. I mean, I tell people, right? There's people with Rolls Royces in Ghana living nice, living large, yeah, and then they're living better than people in America. The only reason why America is sought after is because it's the land of opportunity, right? You can come here, you can be broke one day and become a millionaire the next day. You know what I mean? It's harder in other countries, but I think when it comes to being a diaspora kid that goes to Ghana, I think the only thing is that they think that you don't appreciate the traditions and the culture of Ghana. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like I get love in Ghana because still remember SEN, still remember 2006 when they're in the World Cup. As you know, they're in the World Cup now. I mean, my parents bred the Ghana traditions and the Akan traditions to me. So, I mean, I was raised probably harder than most Ghanaians, when it comes to freedom and stuff like that. So I understand how they would feel, but like once they get around me, they know like I'm fully Ghanaian at the same time too.
Okay, so what you saying is like your transition into Ghana was so much smoothly because of
Yeah,
the teachings your parents gave you, right?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like my mom is Ashanti, my dad is from the Western region, so it's like even knowing that I was third in line to be a king in what you call Kamasi. This is like stuff like that you learn early, right? So it's to a point of like you kind of don't take for granted your culture, right? So my parents made sure that like yo, like I understand tree. I can speak tree, but I sound like a kata, so I sound like a American speaking tree. So it's to a point of like you gotta know like any kid that's Ghanaian American, I don't want to say African American, Ghanaian American, they should at least be able to understand the language. You know what I mean? I take that seriously, and so what you call it? I take I take I take giving our culture to America seriously too, right? Like if you see on my stories, I'm posting the jamas when what you call it Ghana's in the so it's to a point of they just have it's on us also to teach Ghana what we like. I mean, teach America our culture too.
Okay. So I mean, we spoke about like living in Ghana, like your transition from America to
Hmm.
Ghana, and I also want to know, like, coming back to America, and how was your recruiting like from being recruited from high school to play in college?
I didn't play AAU.
Why so?
My parents didn't know how important it was. So I was literally just found out, and so I had some big games against people that were getting ranked. Um, what you call it? I had some big games that people were getting ranked, and I was beating them. So I got all the way to top 10 in my state, and then college coaches started coming to my high school, which is not normal because you usually get your offers from AAU. So they were noticing that I was getting 25 and 13 against certain players, and then my name started rising and rising. And then they came to my what you call it game, and I committed right away.
Okay, so Penn State was Penn State the only university that offered you?
I had Mary Mac. I had Arizona State. I had St. Peter's, Rider, like low majors, but Penn State was the best offer.
Okay. So do you think if you played AAU, you'd have got more D1 offers?
Yeah, I would have blew up. It would have went crazy. It would have went crazy. It would have definitely went crazy.
So what do you think? What do you think separates you from other players?
Hunger.
And where do you learn that from?
My dad came to America, right? Was a taxi driver, right? He ended up being a pharmacist, making six figures. My mom was cleaning up toilets, right? Now she's a doctor of nursing, right? So it was bred to me, So it's to the point of it's to the point of what you call it. They just put that into me, and then I just continue working to what I needed to get to.
So what was the competition like in college? Playing in college.
It was tough. I mean, it was super tough. I can't complain. I mean, everybody was a killer. Like you get to play against the best of the best. Everybody's making it. Everybody's you know pushing to get to the league. So it's to the point of like you have to you have to be sharp or you're gonna get killed.
And were you a starting point guard in college?
I came off the bench some of my freshman year, and then I won the spot. And then my coach thought I was feeling myself too much. My uh, my second year, so he tried to humble me, bring me off the bench, but then they needed me too much, and then I started the rest of the time.
Okay, so as you saying your coach thought you were feeling yourself, did you learn anything from it that made you become a real point guard, like a leader? Because a point guard, I know a point guard of every team is supposed to be a leader, right?
For
You,
sure.
you need to learn how to control your ego, learn how to control everything. Because a point guard is just like a second coach on the basketball team,
For
right?
sure. For
So
sure.
you and a coach need to be like this to be a point guard. You and a coach need to be like, because every message every message the coach is trying to relay to the team goes through the point guard first before it gets to the team,
Mhm.
right? Every play, everything. He believes in you. It's like a quarterback. He
Quarterback
believes
of the
in you.
team. Yep.
He's like quarterback of the team. He believes in you. So a point guard and a coach need to be like this. If they're not like this, the team will never prosper. So did you come in terms with that with your coach, or what did you learn from that experience?
I think so. First of all, this is the time before NIL. This is the time before transfer portal, right? But everybody was after my freshman year. What I did, I was, we can go here and kill and kill and kill. So I was, feeling myself, but was
Mm-hmm.
I still a good point guard? Yeah. Like I wouldn't sacrifice my team for my success, right? It was just to the point of you hearing all the chatter of how good you are. Sometimes you have a big chest, right? There was this one day, and I told one of my players about this. There was this one day, my coach got in my face. Was like, "This is not your program. This is my program. You'll leave before I leave." And then he's yelling, spit in my face. Not like he's spitting in my face, but like he's yelling, right? And then he kicks the ball up. When I say it almost hit the flags up there, I was like, "Dang, he's pissed," right? And then he kicked me out. But I'm standing outside practice watching, and he appreciated it. You know why? Because that showed that I cared about the team. Because someone that really didn't care about the team would have just left, and then not cared, right? Um, and then that's what changed, and then now I think my coach would say I'm his favorite player. Obviously he thought I was one of the more talented players, but I wore my heart on my sleeve and I worked. So there's two types of leaders, and I was one that I could talk to you, but I also show you what needs to be done on the court. And I think that's important in general as a forward point guard. Obviously you can tell someone where to be, but if you're not diving on the floor, if you're not the most scrappiest person, because you're just probably you're the shortest person on the team, right? So it's to the point of like, if you're not doing that, then what you call it? How is people gonna respect you? You know.
Mm-hmm.
We
So
have a
that's
question for you though. Have you ever experienced politics in your college career?
yeah, my
Yeah, is
freshman
it a real thing? You think it's a real thing?
year, it's a real thing for sure. I mean, my freshman year, I was better than the seniors, but the seniors played because they were there longer. Also, I felt like I should have been handed the keys earlier, but it wasn't handed to me. I had to get it from the mud, and you'll see from my story a lot of stuff. I had to get it from the mud. So what they'll tell you the sweet nothings. Well, say the sweet nothings. They'll recruit you saying this. You go there, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. So
It's real.
you be thinking, yo, I'm about to come here, I'm about to kill this.
It's
You go
real.
there,
Real.
and then
You froze? You freeze?
do you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Go back.
He's
All
back. He's
right,
back.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you be thinking, oh dang, what's going on? Like,
Yes.
like,
Slap in your
I'm,
face.
yo, it's like, yo, what the heck? Why am I not playing over this guy?
But your fans don't know that.
And
Your
you be
fans
like,
don't know
yo,
that.
and you're like, yo, I've been killing them in practice,
Practice.
Your
It's
fans
fact.
don't know that.
right? But
They think you
this is why
suck.
I
That's why
be
you're
trying.
playing.
Yeah, you be thinking, but this is let me tell you this one gem, right? They You got to also think from a college coach, right? Why am I going to give a freshman the keys? This guy been here for 3 years. I know what he's gonna do on the court. I don't know what this guy's gonna do. If this guy don't show up, I can get fired, right?
Yeah.
But that's when I be like, yo, I took it from him. I grabbed what I needed to grab. I say it all the time. There's food on the plate. Who's gonna eat, right? Because it's also it's a competition. Because it's a
Mm-hmm.
competition. You want to get your shine. You want to get your. Everybody says it's a team thing, right? It's a competition. At the end of the day, you got to do what you need to do, but you also got to do what you need to do to win.
What if what if they are still losing every game and they still not giving you the chance to play, even if you are better? What about that?
Then there's a problem there. I think for me, I seen that a lot. Right? It's to the point of they tell you something. They tell you, yeah, what you call it? You're gonna be playing. It's a family. The spiel. It's a family. You go there. Oh, yo, we want you here. Yo, you're gonna change the dynamic of the team. And then I seen people on my team. They don't get no minutes. I know they can hoop.
Yeah.
But look,
True.
I know they can hoop, but then they get zoned out. They, yo, it's in their mind. And then one day, God tells the coach, yo, let this kid play. Does he take advantage of the opportunity or does he not take advantage of the opportunity? You understand? You always gotta take advantage of the opportunity. If you don't take advantage of the opportunity, you're gonna be like it's gonna be like dang, you know?
So, Bob,
I
what is
I have a question, right? So, like, what are you saying? Like politics in college and playing in college. Well, what advice would you give to a young athlete, right, who is in college right now, facing those challenges? What's the advice you give to that player?
Facing them challenges, God don't put you in a situation that you don't think that you can get out of or you can prosper out of. Like when we get closer to the story, it'll make sense. But God is making you stronger so then your testimony is louder.
That's fact. That's true, man. So, I mean, you're talking about what? I mean, I can see you're a Christian. What's your background? You want to tell us a little bit about your Christian? How you got into? Who introduced you into Christianity, and how does religion also play a good part in being an athlete too?
Yeah. So my dad was a pastor, but my mom is the one that put me into church. Um, I used to go to Sunday service. I used to go to children ministry. I used to have to know the Bible verses. I needed speaking in tongues, all that stuff, right? And I think it helped me later in life. Of course, you take for granted when you're an adolescent, when you're a kid, how good God is, right? Until you're on the bottom, and then you realize, yo, this is I need God, and then God shows up, and God's been showing up for me a lot, from a lot. So it's to a point of I don't take it for granted at all, and I try to. Someone's trying to be a co-host. I try to show. Um, should I accept it or not?
No, no.
no, 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 no.
Okay. Yeah. So what you call it? I try to show His glory and show His teachings as much as I can. Much as I can. Much as I can.
Okay. Okay. So, what would you say? What did you have any major achievement or championship or any award whilst in college?
Two-time All-American, all-time leading scorer, first player ever to get 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, three assists, um, two-time All-Conference.
Okay. So what would you say? What are some sacrifices or some challenges you put up to yourself that made you such an elite athlete whilst in college? Was it like you put in extra hours? You made sure you took care of your body. What were some things that made you an elite athlete whilst in college?
I worked hard. No one's gonna outwork me. Um, Someone had to kick me out the gym. Um, the thing for me was I seen what work does for other people, and I'm like, yo, this guy got better in the summer. Yo, this guy is working, and then I'm like, yo, I'm trying to make a living out of it. So if I'm trying to make a living out of it, it has to be my living. You understand? So it's to a point of like, if I'm thinking that I want to be the best player in the world, or I'm watching at that time Derrick Rose be the youngest MVP. Why can't I reach those goals, or why can't I make money out of it? So it's to the point of just there's certain things in life that you like encounter that motivate you to extend and reach harder to get somewhere.
Okay, so I mean, we spoke about this, and I mean, what was your off season like? Like, do you think you got better doing the off season, or you got better doing being on campus?
Off season work. So you guys both hoop. So I'll just give you like real game. So what I do is around 6 o'clock, go for a morning jog, get home. Then after that, I'll do some stretching. Then some like light pogo jumps and like stuff to get you activated. Go to the gym. Just do catch and shoots on the what you call it, the shooting gun or rebounder. Then uh, after that, probably get into pool workouts. So around probably like 12 o'clock, get to pool workouts. You notice I haven't ate yet. So after the pool workouts of just explosions, high knees, and pogo and all that stuff, finally eat. Then I eat. Then after that, I go and hoop. The hoop sessions could be from 3 to 7 or 3 to 10. I'm hooping, like hooping. Then after that, take a nap. Then do my overnight shooting. That would be from so. There's a gym there's a school, Rutgers University, that's by my house. It's like 15 minutes from my mom's house. I'll go there around like 12, 1, finish at 4. Then I start the day over again.
Okay, so I mean, that sounds like an awesome way of being in the off season, right? During the summer. And I want to ask this: with individual training, what do you think? How do you think players should structure their training? Do you think one-on-one training is more important than being in like playing scrimmages? Like, what do you think the difference or the importance are?
You gotta do both. I think you gotta put a lot of time into playing basketball. I think that's bodies. You got different live cones. I call them live cones. Whoever's guarding you is a cone, right? So it's like you can work on certain things that you feel like might. Okay, so like Jeremiah 6'10", 6'9", right? So the things that I would try to get off on him, I wouldn't try to get off on a 6'2" guy. It might be a little bit different, right? So like if I'm playing against someone that's taller than me, they have longer reach. So I got to know how to get this shot off. Compared to someone that's my height, I might be stronger than I need to know how to get to my spot for the floater or get to the lane or attack the legs. You know what I mean? So it's you won't learn that unless you're in live game. You
So,
understand?
would
Go
you
ahead.
say players should focus more on playing live games and less more on just using the gun and shooting the? Because I mean, I'll let you talk. What do you think? Which one is more important?
Now, go ahead, because I'm gonna explain it. Go ahead.
Because
Finish what you're
I
about to
mean,
say.
with the gun, bro, you can be on the gun and shoot as much as you want. But doing the game is different, right? You have the fans, you have the defenders. Like it's a whole different environment, right? So I want to ask you. I mean, you played on the elite level. You were an elite scorer. What do you think? Which one do you think is more important?
You better hoop. You better hoop because you guys know practice players. There's a lot of
Exactly.
them. Right? They'll make shots that you'd be like, "Yo, where's that in the game?" Because I believe in your best reps is live reps. So if it's 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5, if it's 21, when it's 1 versus 2 or something like that, that's how you know how to play basketball, right? Obviously, you can get skills from doing trainings, right? You can go behind cross and stuff like that. Everybody does that, right? What separates you is getting that 10,000 hours of mastery, right? Or more than that, right? I think I was telling Abdul, I was like, yo, I think I got like 90,000 or 100,000 hours or something like that in basketball. Like I really put in time. I might not have that much, but I got way more than 10,000. Like I played a lot of basketball. If it's playing at Dykeman or playing at Rucker or going to this gym to see this kid because they're saying that, yo, this kid is nice. I'm going to see. I got to see what everybody's about because you learn from competition, right? You learn from seeing a different body. You learn, yo, 1, 3, 2, 1, you make a shot. You learn from that, right? You learn from being nervous. So it's to a point, I put myself in different atmospheres, different places. Listen, I lived, my parents showed me a good life, so I wasn't in the hood. I go to the hood to play basketball. I also go to the nicest place to go play basketball. It's different atmosphere so that when I'm at the game, let's say there's flares in Armenia going on. It's controlled chaos. I feel comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? Or in Spain, I don't know the language, but I better score 30 points. I'll figure it out.
That's fact. That's fact. And I mean, you spoke about Dykeman. What do you think about? How many times were you invited to that outdoor competition?
I could go there today. I think I played about like maybe 10 games already in Dykeman. I don't play for the whole season. I'm a type of person I like to go everywhere. Like, but like big games, I'll be there.
But what do you
Like,
think? What do you think about that competition, the Dykeman competition? As if
not for everybody. Not for
why
everybody.
is it not for everybody? What do you think about it? It's like New York basketball, or
Yeah,
what do you
it's
think?
different. It's different. Like I recommend if you guys could play in it. There's probably kiddies in the chat, but the weed in the air, people side betting, people saying like you won't be able to make it here, make it there. So it's to a point of like you kind of have to get used to that atmosphere. Some people not used to that atmosphere, so they won't do well. You know.
So another question here: why did you choose to play overseas? To take that overseas route instead of chasing the NBA dream like everyone else?
Uh, I chose the NBA, so I got attention for the G League combine that I was at, where I was the #1 prospect, and then I played for the Greensboro Swarm. So I wasn't like politics. I wasn't getting the minutes that I thought I should have got, and then I was like, people making more overseas, so I might as well try to play overseas.
So your first look was the NBA, actually, right?
Yeah, for sure. I had workouts with certain NBA teams, and then also G League teams.
And so, what do you think the training or competition in the G League was? What do you think it was? Was it different from that of in college? What was the difference?
Yeah, for sure. It's pros, so everything's a little bit different. Everything is, and it was when analytics was starting to come to the game. So no mid ranges, shoot threes, and then go to the basket. So it's just learning different terminology and stuff like that too.
And you spoke about no mid ranges. I know with those things, it's mostly due to the to some coaching styles, some organization, and some coaches might want that. They might allow that. Like Shea Alexander, he lives on that. He lives on those mid ranges, right? And I've been with some coaches that don't like mid ranges at all.
Yeah,
So
coaching
when
style.
you say no mid ranges, was it due to the fact that uh, it was a style or a culture of the coach or the organization, or it was something that was frowned upon?
So by the time I was in the G League, that was when Steph Curry was going crazy. So like they said, Steph Curry changed the game for good, but then he also changed the game for bad too. So Steph Curry wasn't shooting mid ranges like that, right? So it's either three or get to the basket, right? So then the analytics of what Golden State was doing, that was when Harden was at his peak. What Harden was doing, it
Step
changed.
back.
Step back, double step backs. Everybody had to have that in their game. So it was either, if you notice, with Harden until recently, it was a double step back to a pull with a cadence of between cross, between cross, between cross, and then go to that. Or it was a floater, or it's to the basket. And the floater looked like a lob, so it's hard to like see. That's why he got a lot of people paid. So the easiest basket in basketball is actually alley oop. I think Carl said that. No, I think Victor Wembanyama said it. So it's the easiest basket because it's ready by the rim and then you dunk it, right? And then the hardest one is a mid range because it's the most clogged up. It's clogged up, right? You got a bunch of 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" people there that's trying to contest it too. To get better spacing on the court, they want you to be able to make 3-pointers, right? So that's why the premium of 3-pointers is what you call in the NBA. If you see from the Knicks, they got OG and what you call it, Michael Bridges shooting corner 3-pointers. They got Hart shooting from the 3-point. I mean the free throw extended. And the only one that's really shooting mid ranges is Jalen Brunson.
Bronson. Yeah, that's fact. That's fact. So now let's go back to your days going back to Europe overseas. So how did you find an agent? Where did you always have an agent, like, or you had to find one? What happened? What was the process of finding an agent?
I never had an agent a day in my life. So I had people that like helped me facilitate a contract or something like that, but it was more to a point of like, like I said, you're here like getting in from the mud. It was like me going on Eurobasket, which y'all should know because you guys are about to be pros and is a pro. Going on Eurobasket, searching up teams, emailing them my videos, and then you just need one yes, right? You get one yes, and then you go from there.
So would you advise upcoming professional athletes or players who just finished college who wants to go overseas? Would you advise them to get an agent or not get an agent?
I mean, you gotta know what your market is, right? So, I mean, if you are in the NBA Summer League, they usually will come to you, right? If you're doing good in Division One, they usually teams will come to you. But I don't. I think now looking at it, it'll be harder to do what I did than to just take an agent. You just have to make sure the agent is not wasting your time, or the agent isn't what you call it, it's just stacking you up, which means that they just have a bunch of players and then whoever gets an offer, they get an offer. You got to be a priority. If you're not a priority, you're just wasting time.
So what do you want to say about Spain, the competition in Spain? Because you played Leb. Tell me about Spain overseas basketball.
It's tough. It's tough. It's different type of basketball, right? It's pass cut, screen. Make sure you have to be able to shoot there. 2 feet in the paint, pass, relocate. I learned a lot in Spain, but Ghanaian athleticism helps out a lot. So we were getting. It's a place that I definitely killed at. And I benefited from great coaching that believed in me.
Because I mean, I played in Spain before, and I know they play at a fast pace. It's like real basketball. If you really want to learn how to play basketball or want to have a career in basketball and want to go overseas, I think Spain is the best place to be because they really teach basketball and they know how to play. They know how to coach basketball. So, what do you say? What would you say made you? What ways did you find to score such points in Spain? Like average such points in Spain.
The coach after a game gave me a lot of freedom of just believing in me, right? So it's to the point, like I said, you go into a team, they already got a team there. I wasn't there early. I wasn't there early at all. So I got there, I think December time. So they already had their team. They already had their continuity. So I tell anyone that's becoming a pro, make sure your teammates like you, especially the local ones. Because if the local ones don't like you, there's going to be bad management, right? And then also make sure that you get them the ball sometimes. Because if you're scoring 30, you better make sure that they're happy because they're from there, right? But it's just, you have to have a good relationship with your teammates. And then, if they let you rock, then you got to kill. If it's expected for you to score 30, you better score 30. If you get a game that you score like 4 points, they'll send you home, right? So I try to tell my boys it's about being consistent. You can't go 4, 15, 4, 3, 5. Nah. If you scoring 30 a game, you better have lowest 25. Stay consistent. That's the most important thing. You just got to be consistent. That's a pro. A pro is consistency.
So what would you say was your welcome to pro? What would you say that experience was like? Welcome. This is overseas basketball. This is pro basketball.
I went up for a layup. Someone took my legs out. I went for a layup. Good thing I didn't go for a dunk. I went off 1 foot. He hit me. He said "puta." In Spanish, that's a curse word. But they tried. Overseas is physical. It's not like America. It's physical. So if you're not used to it and you're not ready for that type of bump, then you you might as well try to stay in America.
So how many years did you spend in Spain?
I spent 2 years in Spain. Spent 2 years in Spain. That was during COVID when I got stuck.
Oh, okay. Then where in Spain were you?
I was in Valencia.
Okay. Okay.
It's
So
probably
what
the
would
most
you
beautiful city though. Like Valencia is,
that?
yeah, it's
Very
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. And so what would you say? I mean, let's talk about the COVID. Like what happened during the COVID? Because I mean, on the research that I did, it looks like you faced some challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic whilst you went overseas. So what were some challenges that you faced?
That was tough. If my best friend out there wasn't there, I would have been stuck. So what happened was during COVID, they didn't take it serious at first, right? So we still playing and stuff like that. There's still people close to each other. And then they went a whole city lockdown. So you couldn't leave your apartment at all. You couldn't leave your house at all. The roads was quiet. They had police now. They had like army out there to make sure that you weren't there. You only had 15 minutes to go to the grocery store, and then you had to go back home. No walking, no nothing. So it was a lot of cabin fever. Like you're in your house the whole time, no movement, no nothing. So that was tough. I was there for 3 months. That was 1.5 months. That was happening. Then you couldn't fly out of Spain. You had to stay there. So you were stuck in a different country when you wanted to be home. At that time, my grandma passed away during COVID in Ghana. So it was tough. Like you really, yeah, no problem at all. So it's tough because now you're mentally like, yo, what is going on? Like, I'm stuck. I need to go home. Like, yo, my parents is my dad is going through it. That time, I don't know what's going on in America and stuff like that. Uh, but it's just to a point of like I wish no one was in that type of situation because it's like mentally just like yo, you're waiting for a day where they say, oh, you can go home. Tough. It's tough.
So you spoke about some mental challenges that you face when you're in overseas, right? So
Yeah,
what would you say? I mean, being an overseas player, like playing in Europe, it comes with so much isolation and alone time. What are some ways you were able to cope? You did some things you did to cope with those isolations, or some things that you did to get adapted. You know, get adapted to your environment real quick.
definitely walk around, definitely see the city, get out, see, go and eat foods that you never ate before. Try to find. I was blessed. Both of the places that I was at had great monumental monuments, statues, sightseeing stuff. Great food. In Valencia, there was a beach, so sometimes you go to the beach. Obviously, you have your fun. You're grown, so go out. Have some nightlife. Don't be all crazy with the nightlife. Just get out the house, but also stay in that gym.
That's fact, though.
Stay in
That's
that
what your
gym.
money is.
In that gym. Maybe get some podcasts that you listen to, like y'all podcast now. Get some podcasts and stay in. The most important thing is stay in that gym, but also you can't burn yourself out. You stay in that gym too long, you're gonna be like, yo, what the heck? It's taking forever. Because when you're overseas, that's a 6 month, that could be a 9 month bid, what we call bids, where you just add a whole different country for 9 months, or a whole different country for 6 months, where you're missing birthdays, you're missing just hangout time, you're missing your family, you're missing people getting born, people passing. It's tough. So it's just like you kind of have to have like a different type of hunger to be overseas.
Okay. So did you feel being left out? Because I know you had a lot of friends. You probably had a lot of friends in the States, and you had to leave them. Like you had to leave your family and friends and go overseas to go change your career. I mean, that's a big sacrifice. Do you feel you were being left out, or did you feel some type of way about it?
Oh man, I felt I felt like I was doing my purpose, right? So I'll tell my friends, yo, I'm living through y'all, yo. Post the stories, you know what I mean? But I'm out here trying to get what I need to get done. Like I've been working my whole life to reach the goals that I was reaching. So if you notice, every stop that I was at, I made sure that I did what I needed to do to be where I needed to be at.
Okay, so now let's go to Armenia. I think you had a record there, like a big game record there, averaging 45 points per game. What was in the Armenian air? What was in the air in Armenia?
That was after COVID. So, I knew I had to make a killing. I felt like I took a pay cut to go there. So if I took a pay cut, oh, people are gonna have to pay. That was my mentality, you know. So it's to the point of I felt like I was way over that league, not expecting the league, but then also to a point that I had to showcase how good I was. So every game I was competing against them. I was competing against myself. I was competing against overseas that was doing good. I'm trying to show them like, yo, I'm out here killing too at the same time. So it's to the point of like everybody knew what I was coming to do.
So what would you say the Armenian basketball culture is like, or what was the situation in Armenia?
It's developing. They show love. Like obviously the first sport is football. Um, it's around Russia. It's around Turkey. So there's a culture there. And I feel like right now I helped Armenia a lot when it came to the year that I was there. I changed that. I think I changed the culture. Like they call me like the Armenian LeBron. Like I did a lot. Like I was outside. I like shook hands. I made sure everybody uh, had a good time when coming to my games. Showed passion. I had a teammate there, Artum, that like like was like my brother out there. So like during the dunk contest, I made sure that he threw both lobs to me, which I won. Um, so like he got the fame that he needed to get to at the same time, but it's also, when it's game time type thing.
So Armenia was like a place to prove a point because you took a pay cut and you felt like you were, I mean, bigger than that league. Like you wanted something more than that. So I mean, did you face any challenges like in Armenia as well? What were some challenges you faced? Did you face like language barrier or any kind of challenges that you faced in Armenia?
Language barrier, yeah, but they spoke English. Like a lot of them spoke.
Okay.
In Europe, a lot of people speak English at the same time, so that wasn't too bad. But the thing was, I got in an incident with another star of the. There was only two stars, me and this guy named Omega. So we went to the mall, hanged out. We were leaving the mall, and they had a furniture store, and then two of the players were like laying on the bed, like beds, like bed displays, and they took it as disrespect. And out there, they have Russian mafia. So at the time, hey, this is when you're raised by Ghanaians, not to do certain things. They did stuff that they weren't supposed to do, was just lay on beds. I don't know why they did that. So when they got there, they started getting yelled at, and then this person I think called like the Russian mafia out on us, which was like 20 people, black, and we're leaving, waiting for the Uber to come pick us up, and you see them behind us. I'm like, oh, this is not good. So they weren't doing too much. They're just standing behind us, making sure that we left. So we left and we went in the car, and then the guy stuck his middle finger at them. All hell broke loose. They jumping on cars. The Uber driver was told not to drive, so he didn't drive. So it was like a whole fight. And then after the police came, stopped it. Again, I got stuck in Armenia for no reason, and I didn't do nothing, but I got stuck in Armenia for like 2-3 years. My fault. Someone told me 3 years. 2-3 months. That should have been taken longer. I was on a no-fly zone. So then after that, I was like, yo, I'm never going out with another person that like I don't know how they're gonna react again. And then that was just a life lesson after that.
So when you came back from Armenia, how was your off season like, and how was your experience in Uruguay as well?
Oh man, the off season was amazing. Playing every day, locked in, doing everything I told you when I was in college. So waking up at 6 o'clock, going for runs, doing pogo jumps every day. It was like an everyday thing where it was just a good situation for me. And then it got to the point that I was waiting for like an offer that I deserve, and I got the offer.
That's Uruguay, right?
Yeah, it was a beautiful spot. It was a beautiful situation. And then I went to Uruguay, did my thing. But at that time, I brought Yao Ansong, Farouk Mutari, and Chris Ampatempe to America with the top 100 camp that I guess we'll speak about later. And I couldn't leave them in America and trust in anyone. So after a couple games, I told the team if they can release me so I can go and watch them and make sure that their living situation, everything was good.
So you made that sacrifice of playing in Uruguay for the kids in Ghana, right?
Yeah, they recently came to America, but yeah, at that time, yes, because they were at a school that they weren't eating. We'll talk about all this, but they weren't eating. They weren't getting treated right.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I had to. I couldn't stomach being in another place and then having them struggle.
So what would you say got you into starting a basketball camp in Ghana? What got you into that?
So I was I was in I was in I think Osu when I was in Ghana in Osu at that time. I think I was going to a KFC or something like that. And then this random guy said, "Yo, you look like a basketball player." Right? And then he came to me, he was talking to me. I was telling him what I was doing. I told him my accolades and stuff like that, not knowing who he was and why he was so interested in basketball. Because at that time, I didn't know people were interested in basketball. And it was Yao Sechi. So he was telling me how, like, people got to start giving back and all that stuff. And I was like, yo, my mom been told me to, like, give back. And what he did was he made me do my first camp, and I was at Passaic, Lagon. And I went there, did a camp. It went really good. I mean, it was about like I think 40 kids, and then there was a bunch of people watching from the dormitory stuff like that. So it went really well. And then I went home after that, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta do a top 100 camp for myself and to see how it goes." And then 2 years after that, I did it. It went well. That's where I met a bunch of the Cobra guys, and then a bunch of the Cobra guys and all that stuff, and it went super well. And that's how I got Yao, Mutari, and Chris information, and we had a bond ever since then. And then they had Yao and FK had a school already, and then I got Chris his school.
Okay. Okay. So after having that, do you think you got any support from Ghana with your basketball camps? Doing organizing your basketball camp, was Ghana supportive, or did you get any support from anyone?
I think at the time I didn't even know what the basketball scene was at Ghana. I really didn't know what was going on in Ghana, right? So the only people I was tapped into at that time was Koba, right? And obviously they're happy about what they're doing and stuff like that. At the time there was like talks of like people also being upset about me only going there, and I wasn't, I'm not from out there, so it's to a point of very naive to what's being said at the same time too. And I was just there to just do a job and help out, So I don't think I got the most love because it wasn't like everybody else was like showing love, but I wasn't there to get love, right? I was there to make a difference, and that's what I did.
So, what would you say? I mean, you spoke about like some challenges about not getting love. What are some challenges that you face trying to help young talent from Ghana? What are some challenges that you face?
I think now it's to a point where I think everybody is seeing what I have been doing with the kids of just like dedicating a lot to them. Like I haven't received a dollar from it, right? So it's to a point of like making betterment of the kids, But you have to make sure, I think it's not a challenge, but you have to make sure that people know that you're not taking their kids, you're not taking advantage of the kids, and you're putting them in the right situation. That's the most important thing for me is putting the kids in the right situation to win, Like there's been kids before me that came to Ghana that I probably wish that I was helping them at the same time, right? Or wish that they had a Ghanaian person that, really dedicated, okay, yo, don't go to this camp, go to this camp. No, this school is better. No, not that school. Oh, yo, this is what you need to work on in your game. Because what I do is like I train them. I obviously put them in the right situation for AAU, and then get them the right school, but also everyday life. Like you can't send, for me, you can't send a kid from Ghana to America and just expect it to be easy. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. And that's the thing that I feel like that needs to be talked about. That's why I was trying to tell you guys, because coming to America, first of all, what they expect African players to be like when they come from Africa to America
Superheroes.
is a whole different thing.
They expect them to jump from the what's the name, from the middle from the
From the all see, that's the thing.
And don't get hurt. And don't get hurt. Never
And
get
don't get hurt, right? No insurance, nothing. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about them just wanting you just to block shots, rebound, and show no skill.
show no
They don't.
skill.
They just want you to run like idiots.
no emotions. No emotions.
No emotions. You can't be a kid. They don't want you to be a kid. They brought you here, and they're gonna say we brought you here because, and we spent a lot of money on you. You know that's their go-to. We spent a lot of money on you.
Just catch the rebound and run the floor. Catch the rebound, run the floor. Block the
Yes.
shot, run the like you don't
Be
show no
grateful.
skill.
Be grateful
Yes.
because people don't get this opportunity. Be grateful.
Yeah, be grateful. And then the last one is, oh, we can send you back to where you came from. Now, just imagine a 15-year-old kid, right? A 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid come from Ghana, come from Nigeria, whatever. Right now, obviously, I'm worried about Ghanaians. So, come from Ghana, right? No support. They don't got Denzel in their life, right? And then a coach be like, "Yo, I'm gonna send you back home if you don't do this. Yo, be okay with this food that I gave you."
It messes up your mental.
You understand? So it's to a point you have to be able to. You have to have someone. Yo, I'm a mentor. I'm a trainer. I'm someone that you should look up to because I did it. But the most important thing, I treat every person of that I have brought like my little brother. They'll tell you an instance of me getting mad at a coach or me taking them out to eat, or every one of them went to see my mom. And I think for our culture, our moms are important, right? So if my mom meets you, that you're her kid. So if you're her kid, what I got to do? I got to make sure that everything is good with you.
That's fact. That's fact. That's fact.
It's just
That's
our
fact.
culture. It's our culture, right?
Signing some stuff right now to finish some online stuff. So I'm gonna have to dip.
All right.
Okay.
Say no more.
Okay.
You need me to do this as soon as possible, or I'm
All
gonna
right,
be.
bro.
All right.
No more. Say no more. Say no more. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk.
And if
Denzel, I'm still here though.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We still, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, not for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I'm able to finish early, I'm gonna join.
Okay. Okay.
All right, bet.
So Denzel, what would you say got into scouting young talent from Ghana? What got into that?
I think it was for me. I didn't even want to do it after Yao, FK, and Chris. You know,
So hold on. So those were the first batch of kids that came to.
those are the first three. The first
Okay.
three.
Okay.
So it was just a lot of. It's tough. It's tough for me too because they're also kids, but they also, when you have people chirping in the ear, you can get comfortable, right? You can feel like, yo, I'm better than what I am, but you gotta see the foresight. Not saying that they didn't work hard, but if you talk to any of them, they'll be like, yo, we could have worked harder or something like that, But it's also to the point that, yo, you gotta keep them away from vultures. There's agents, there's people wanting to be in the circle, there's people that just want to take from them. There's people that just, it's tough. So it's to the point where meditate. I had to make sure that I wanted to do it, and then also, my favorite subject is history. So you got to learn from. History is about learning from the past. So with those first three, I learned a lot. So these next four that I have now, I have learned a lot. Right? So to the point of, yeah, those are the first three, but like now, like I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it. It's like every day I'm on the phone talking to this coach or this coach, something like that, trying to help them change their family.
So the first, let's go back to the first three. The first batch of guys you brought to America to play from Ghana, right? Like, how are they doing now? Are they still on the path to their basketball to have basketball as a profession, or what are they doing now?
So Yao is at the Citadel, which is Division 1, and SoCon. So SoCon is a good mid-major conference. FK is going to Dell State, which is in the MEAC, which is a Division 1. And then Chris is at a D2 because he didn't want to go prep. So he's at a D2 right now, but I think after a year he'll transfer up to the Division 1 school.
Okay. So, I mean, with you, I know you are close to the players that you bring. Like you scout from Ghana, like they, like you, like the big brother. They come close
Yes.
to you and stuff. Like how do you build that relationship, and what do you think those relationships help the kids? What do you think it does for the kids? Because I know, let me tell you this story. I know of a guy. I won't mention his name. Just keep it as like private.
Yeah, yeah.
He came from the states. He came from Ghana to the state, right? And he came from the village. He wasn't even living in Accra. He came from the village to the states and
Hmm.
went to play basketball. I think he did fairly, well in high school.
Hmm.
And his mom died. His mom died whilst he was in high school. And imagine all these things he has to go through, like being in the states and his mom is dead in Ghana. He went through so much depression, right? So it got to a point. Going to college, it caused so much issues. Like
Hmm.
he had so much issues in college, and later, it turned out to be something else. Something really bad, which I don't want to talk about on this podcast or want to talk about because it really turned out bad for him, right?
Hmm.
So if he had a mentor, someone close to him like it would have been way better. So as from my perspective, I think you being there for those Ghanaian guys and being a big brother for them, seeing their day-to-day life activities, I think it's a big impact you're having on these kids. It's something that I would want to give you that because it's not so many people that would want to invest time into doing that. You could decide not to do that, but you doing that for them because they're Ghanaians, and they are your kids too as well too. You trying to get them to the bigger stage too as well too. So
Sure.
it's something that. But why did you decide to do that though? Why did you decide to be close to these kids, and what impact do you think you're giving to them?
I mean, like they all know my mom. So if you know my mom, you guys will like you'll understand it. So it's to the point my mom is like a very giving person. So I can't sit around and see someone struggle and then be okay with it. You understand? So for me, especially if I'm helping you get over here and I have relationships with your parents and have a bond with your parents of like, yo, you guys trusted me to have your kid come from Ghana to America. They probably think that it's okay. It's everything is cool, but they go through life situations too. So it's to the point of know that sometimes I can be irritating because I'm gonna tell you about yourself. Let me. I'm gonna tell you about yourself. It's not easy being Denzel not being what like you know what I mean. Like it's not easy. It's not like I'm the big brother, yeah, but I'll also be your hardest critic. Like Abdul is talking now. What I put him through, there's no one that I don't think would be okay with it. And it's not bad. It's basketball wise,
Basketball, yeah.
but it's not easy. It's not for the like. It's also a certain type of kid that I would be okay with scouting too at the same time or bringing over here, right? And that I'll be legal guardian of, right? It has to be a kid who wants it because if you don't want it, I can't want it more than you want it, you know?
Right.
Because if that's it'll never be good. It'll never be good because I don't. I go hard for these kids. Like 2 days ago, I'm sending messages to coaches. I'm texting coaches. I'm making sure that yo, the situation at their schools are good. Like it's a lot that goes into it. But they go through a lot. You're missing your friends are out there in Ghana. You're in a new situation. There's different type of food. The food is different. It's not the same food that's in America. I mean, in Ghana. There's not. It's not the same. It's not the same culture that is in Ghana. Not everything is sweet. So, like, you know what I mean? They have to depend. Basically, sometimes they have to depend on me to get them like food, or me to get them clothes or something like that. Like in Ghana, the parents would get it. So it's to a point of like what they go through. People think it's easy. It's
It's
not
not.
easy at all. You leaving your family to be uncomfortable to change somebody's life, like you guys talked about. Let's say like injuries or like coaches treating them bad. They're in a different country and the coaches are treating them bad. Like what the heck? And the coaches would be expecting the world from them, like that. They're not kids. They're still kids. You know.
That's
So
fact.
then you're getting yelled at. So you might not be getting fed how you want to get fed. You might not be house how you want to be housed. You know what I mean? The school might not be the school. Like it's so much things. So that's why when I bring them over here, it has to be the right situation. And even the right situation is not always right. It's not everything's perfect. So then we gotta recalibrate. I mean, recalibrate and figure it out from there, right? So it's to a point of like you just have to make sure that like I pray. That's why I pray that like when people come here from Ghana, like they have someone around them because I can't help everybody out. I'm only one person, right? But I just hope that people are just not letting them go to a situation and be like, "Yo, figure it out." Because if they are, they're mentally it'll be tough.
So,
Mentally, I don't know, it'll be easy.
so Denzel, do you think Ghanaian players work hard enough compared to players in the States?
My kids or
Nah,
everybody
I
else?
mean, I mean, you can talk about your kids and some
Oh,
other
my
kids
kids.
that you
Okay,
see.
my kids. Yeah, they have to work, right? I think yeah. Could they work harder? Yeah, but do they work hard? Yeah, they work hard. They work hard. I mean, the thing is, what I think they'll all say is that Denzel's not gonna let you just bullshit. You know, like I can't because at the end of the day, if I'm out here at 12 o'clock at night texting UConn, it has to be for a reason that I'm texting UConn,
That's
right?
fact.
Because what you might do is okay. Let's say school goes and see a player that I say to go and see, and they are terrible. They're never gonna see the next future players that are coming.
That's fact.
So, like they say, you lead the way, right? So, FK, Yao, and Chris, they led the way, right? We here. The next one's supposed to carry it and go to a different level. The next one's supposed to carry it and go to a different level. Okay? So it's to the point of you creating a path for what you call it, Ghana players, what you call it, in the next upcoming generation. You know? So be to yeah, go ahead.
What do you think are some challenges that you face getting these players from Ghana to the state? Do you face any challenges getting these players from Ghana to the state?
I mean, if the dialogue between the coaches and I are good and like I have to talk to the parent. I think is, I mean, obviously Trump makes it a little bit tough, right? Because the travel limitations and stuff like that. But if I have a good relationship with the people that are around them and their circle from Ghana, it's usually pretty smooth. It's usually pretty smooth.
Okay. And if Ghana we need any changes in basketball to grow, what do you think are there's some changes Ghana could do to grow basketball?
Everybody got to work together. It's not five fingers. It's not five fingers. It's one fist. Everybody got to come together. They Can't be people competing against other people. You know, everybody can eat. There's enough money in the world. There's enough resources in the world. There's the Ghana has catching up to do. Our rival country in a rival country in soccer, Nigeria, right? They got pros in the NBA. A lot of them. Who do we have that could we can even say that's a superstar? And that was Ghanaian. No one. Nigeria, you can go from Hakeem to Bam. Like there's a distance there, right? OG, there's mad Nigerians, you know. So it's to a point where it's just like we just gotta figure it out.
So what do you think we can do to create this unity in the Ghana basketball community so we can help each other out?
Uh, I think it's just every. I think we gotta put our pride aside. You know, I think there's different sectors that there's people that think that, oh, I gotta say that this player's for me and like it's I'm the best academy or I'm the best trainer or something like that. It's the same thing in America, right? But especially from a country that is developing, we just have to just put our pride aside and say, you know, what's the best for what's the best for Ghana basketball, you know? And I think we could do that. We can be special because the athleticism we have is different. The hunger we have is different. But do we have a skill factory where we have skill like real skill academies in Ghana where it's just like, okay, you start at 5 o'clock. I mean 5 o'clock, 5 years old and work on between or something like that. No, we don't. But you know, in America, they're starting the kids out at 5 years old.
That's fact.
You know, or do we have a thing where we have a ranking system of the best players in Ghana? No. Do we
No.
have do we have a thing where we have like an AAU system in Ghana? No.
Yeah.
Do we have something where it can be like a real U15 or U18 or U21 team? No. Do we have money going into pushing the culture of, okay, yo, every academy have like a place to practice and work out and like teach them analytics and all that stuff. We don't. So like they get here and they're like, yo, I wish we had this training earlier. And it's like the training that is what Americans would think is like simple, right? Or like first grade thing. Nah, I wouldn't say first grade, but like something they learned in middle school. Ghanaians will come here and learn it their sophomore year. So
That's
then now,
fact.
so then now you look in your sophomore year, till sophomore year to your senior in high school. That's a lot of catching up to do for someone that already has about 13 years ahead. I mean, on you because they've been playing basketball for that long.
Right, right. So, what in this situation, what do you think the grassroots basketball organizations in Ghana should be doing?
Coming together to get better. There should be annual clinics. There should be support of like if Ghana comes together, will be special. I'm big on this U15, U18, and U21 team. Like it has to be. Why is there no kids from America coming to play for Ghana? Why? Why isn't there no? Why isn't there no Ghana coaches where that we believe are the best coaches in Ghana work? I mean, as like top eighth grade. like eighth grade coach or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, why aren't like the ABL teams having academies under them? You understand? You were overseas, right?
Yeah, but I'm
Right?
back home now. I'm back in Canada now, though.
Okay, but you went overseas, right? You went to Spain, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so boom. The academies in Spain. Where they it's the what you call it. It's the pro team, right? Then the U21, then the U18, then the U15,
And
right?
even the U21, they pick the best players to come play sometimes for like those garbage minutes and stuff like that. They have their best players playing in the professional league as well too. So it gives them that experience as well too. So they train their kids right from grassroots, right? They progress right into picking the best players into the professional league. So it's like a career path. They made a career path for the kids as well. And this is something that I mean, those big leagues in Ghana, like Spintex Knights, if they have like there's a game we're given to them, this free game we're given to them. They have
Yeah,
younger leagues. They have grassroots leagues that they can develop young talent from a younger age to so they can I mean get into playing for the what's the name the Spintex Knights later on. So
yeah.
that's what
Like
they're
like
doing in Europe.
you know how you guys talk about Sprite basketball, right?
Yeah.
Now think about this. Let's say we had Brentex Knights, we had Tusk, we had Cold Store, we had was it Army? Because I'm into the ABL. I have to be into the ABL, right? So then like we have all those teams, right? But then we have the U15 teams compete for the Sprite basketball, right? Just like in Spain, they have the mini Copa, right? Where the best U15 teams go against each other and there's one champion, right? But also, if the U15, the U18, the U21 teams all are under, like let's say Sprintex because we're the best, right? Right now, right? The Sprintex Knights or Coastal or Tusk or whatever, right? They're under them, right? They know the way of of the senior levels because it's brought down to you when you're 15. So, like, let's say, like Barcelona, the Mohamed Debone, right? He knows how Barcelona wants him to play at 12 years old. So then when he gets to 21, he would be in the NBA by that time. But if he wasn't in the NBA, he would know how to fit into the first team. It's the same thing in soccer. Let's say like Chelsea or Arsenal or Man United. All the kids at 12 years old know how to play that when they are at an age that they can fit in, they play right away. You know,
Okay. So you think much emphasis should be put in on grassroots basketball development, right?
you, you, you cut off. What'd you say?
I say you think much emphasis should be put in on grassroots basketball development, right?
It has to. That's the only way we're gonna catch up. It's the only way we're gonna catch up because yeah, the players in the ABL they're good, right? They're getting better and better and better, right?
So with the
But
kids that
if
the kids
you
that okay, now go on, go on.
nah, if we don't have to hit the younger ages, like there's players that I'm sending YouTube workouts to now, right? To get to what the level they need to get to. But they're not learning these workouts. They're not learning these movements. This you can YouTube anything. You know that. So it's just to a point of like people have to really they can't be traditional, right? They got to really, if you want us to come and get better, we have to really put into work. You know what I mean? Like we have to put in work to get this grassroots better, because there's the thing, the thing a 15-year-old in America can do compared to a kid in Ghana is vastly different. And
That's
then you
fact.
got Europe. Europe is totally different. Europe is totally different than what you call America and Africa, but they're talented in their own way, right? So it's just to a point of you just have to know how to play basketball. That's the most
So, which Ghanaian player do you think, from your camp, do you think everyone should be watching out for?
All of them, bro. All of them, because they're all gonna want me to say all of them. So it's let me go from the beginning ones first. So FK, so Farouk Mutari, Yao Unsung, Chris Apatempe. Then you got Hamadou. You got Abdul Rashid Issa. You got Joel Patrick, and now you have Jason Paku, who is like me, a kid that was born in America that what you call it has Ghanaian parents.
Okay. I think you got a player from Cold Store, right? There's a player. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Oh, Joel Patrick.
That's Patrick, right? So,
Mhm.
what do you think about Patrick? Patrick, his development and his adaptation to the U.S. system of basketball, U.S. culture, and how he's faring in basketball. What do you think about Patrick so far?
Looks good. Joel, super talented. I mean, defense comes easy to him, right? So he has a lot of vim when it comes to blocking shots, rebounding, guarding his position. He can guard 1 through 5. But the thing that he knows that I want him to work on is becoming the best two-way player. I want him because Africans they want you to be a block shot rebound. Nah, I want all my players to be two-way players. I want them to be able to shoot the mid range, get to the basket, all that stuff. So it's to the point of that's why I put on his plate to work on it. He's been working on it. You know what I mean? Like he wants to score. And Ghana was a thing of him just playing defense, and he's the best defensive player. Nah, that's cool, but nah, you're gonna be the best in defense. But I want matchup.
I think the last minute cut of about what do you think Ghana can do to produce more NCAA players and professional players? Apart from,
Are you talking about straight from Ghana or come to America and then go?
yeah, like straight from Ghana and come from America, but like both of them, what do you think Ghana can do to produce those such players?
Uh, they would have to work. I mean, for me, it's just like starting, like I keep saying, grassroots, and then put them in the right situation to win, right? So if it's basketball without borders, if it's in that you have to see the best competition, right? So obviously, when you come to America, you got to put them in a position that they'll win. So maybe one year be a big fish in a small pond, so you get your bearings and confidence, and then you go from there to then from there then you go to being the top teams. You know,
So, if a young kid is watching us, what advice would you give to him if he wants to come play basketball in the USA and professionally? What advice would you give to the young talent?
you have to you have to assess if you really want it. Um, Then two, you got to be putting it in 3 days. You have to work on your handle, you have to work on your jump shot, and you have to work on your athleticism. But also you have to work on your mental because I keep trying to harp on it. Coming to America from Ghana is a whole different situation. It's not easy at all. So it's to a point of you have to be ready and you have to be ready, but you also have to be a strong-minded human being and be put into a lot of situations that you probably didn't expect yourself to be put into out here, you know? But once you get the opportunity, you gotta take it. You can't play with that opportunity because you only get a certain amount of opportunities in life, you know?
And also, what's the biggest lesson you've learned scouting players from Ghana? Is there anything that you've learned through that process? Because I know you played. I mean, you are you retired now? You say you retired now?
I still play, but yeah, I'm probably not gonna go overseas. Only thing I'll probably do is if it's the right situation, I'll probably go to the G League or
Okay.
NBA. Yeah, I'll have to stay local though. There was no way. there'll be no way that I can go overseas because first of all, the mindset that I would have to have is a very selfish mindset, you know. So it's to the point of like, especially if I'm helping out these kids, like you kind of have to dedicate a lot to them, you know. So it's to the point of you can't just be worried about yourself and worried about putting up 2,000 shots while Abdul has to work on a behind setback, or he had to worry about him getting basically like their big brother, their dad, their mentor, their liaison, and all that stuff. So if I'm doing all that for four human beings right now, then that means that there's basically no time for me to worry about scoring 30, 40 points a game. You know, it's a different type of mentality you have to have.
Okay, so you're an active player, but putting basketball, like overseas basketball, on a hold due to the fact that you have a lot of kids
Yes,
to mentor, right? And so,
yes.
I mean, back to my question again. What are some lessons that you've learned scouting players from Ghana?
Sometimes they lie about their height. But nah, on a serious note, um, trust is everything for them. If they don't trust you, you're gonna go through hell. And I like to live open book, and I don't hide nothing from them. You know, so it's to the point of like, obviously they coming from a different country, right? Also in their mind is like, yo, why is this guy so good to me? What's his agenda? Or like, you know, and it's cool. Like you have to tell them like, yo, this is what I'm doing for you, and like I want you guys to win and all that stuff. But you know, it's to the point of also you have to think they're also kids too. So you can't. You have to know that everyone is different. I can't talk to Abdul like I talk to Jamal. I can't talk to Jamal like I talk to Joel. I can't talk to Joel like I talk to Jace. They're all different in their own way. Like you have to treat them like that, but you also have to show that you also care because I do. I care about all of them and I want them all to win.
Okay, so have you been following the ball games, and do you think Ghana stands a chance of
One of
being
my
on that big stage?
one
Hello?
you heard me?
Nah,
Yeah,
you
I said one of
you
my good friends.
you're breaking. But I'm saying, what do you think about the ball basketball, and do you think Ghana stands a chance on being on that big stage?
Yeah, so I was following like a decent amount because one of my good friends, Jesse Jones, I think he played for a team out there. So I was watching it. He was killing. I think he played for Ali Allah or Ali or something like that. What you call it? He played well. I think yeah, Ghana could definitely make a team out there. It's just like I said, everybody has to come together, right? And I think if the ABL people push each other to the brink, then you get better teams, and then better teams, then they get ready for yeah, Ali. Yeah, so then you get better teams, and then what you call it, they'll be ready for that next level because you know you have to do the road to ball, right? So if there's good competition in an ABL to get you ready, it's like the Premiership, like that league is one of the best leagues, but it's high competition. So if they're all pushing each other to the brink, then when they go to the Champions League or the road to ball, they'll be ready for that, you know? And then it's just working out and just being better skillfully and stuff like that. But I think that we can definitely get a team into the BAL.
And were you following them? Like, I think was it last year? Were you following their progress to try to qualify for the ball?
Frentex?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, I want everybody to win from Ghana. So I was praying that they got it. They did decent, right? They got to like the last eight or something like that. They did well. So it's just to a point of just like, okay, you know what to do. I see that they're getting what you call it, uh imports too. So that's tough. I like that. That's what you have to do. So they gotta keep pushing and go from there.
So, watching the game, what do you think? What do you think is something they should improve on to be able to qualify for ball? What do you think they should improve on? I mean, probably. I mean, technical aspects, player aspects. What do you think they should improve on?
I mean, athleticism is there. I think they have a good structure around them. I think it's just more leadership, obviously. And then like the big man got to be really big man because I noticed that like in the BAL they got footers. They got footers. They got 6'10". They got 6'9". Like they got real bigs. So like just bringing in a big that can like move and be a lob threat might help too.
Okay. And I mean, if Ghana decides to bring you for ball, is this something that you look into?
Yeah, I would definitely do. I would definitely do it. We need a team in the BAL, man.
What you say?
We need a team in the BAL.
Of course we do. And what? How do you think it's going to happen? Then we need. What do you think? How do you think it's going to happen though? To gather like good players to go support Ghana or help Ghana qualify for ball or be on that big stage.
We got a lot of talented Ghanaians in America. We have a lot of talented Ghanaians in Canada. We have a lot of talented Ghanaians in Europe. We also got to bring them over too. It can't
Um,
be. And I think the sense of patriotism or the sense of okay, we want Ghana to win would be good. Like there's say like Jeremiah Diku, um, Dylan. Like you have players that played in the NCAA tournament. I mean, I feel like once they see it's a real. I mean, having them play outside would be tough, but
that's fact though. That's what I've been saying. Like having like those type of players like or even as like outside like playing like training on the concrete floor,
that'd be tough. It'd be
it'll be
tough.
tough. Like
It'll be
I
tough
say
to.
they probably think maybe he's being too known or but I mean it's tough like your back hurts like it puts too much pressure on your body like playing on the soft wood and coming on that hard concrete is tough for like players, you know what I'm saying? So
Different.
it's something
It's different.
it's different. So I mean, if it's something that the governments would want to look into and getting like good facilities for the players, and it'll be good for us to come back and I mean come help the country. But I mean, if the facilities are bad, it'll be tough for us to train.
It'll be tough. I mean, I'm willing to do it because I definitely want Ghana to into the BAL, but it's tough to ask people that are on that level, like where I was at, or like to be like, yo, just play outside. Nah, but I think the road to BAL, they play indoors, right?
Yeah. You talking about like Ghanaian teams?
No, like not the ABL. I'm talking about the road to BAL.
Yeah, I think
They
so. I
play
mean,
indoors.
whichever country they are in, I think they use those facilities. So if they are in, let's say they are in like South Africa, they use the facilities in South Africa, and I presume they should have indoor courts too. So yeah,
I feel like that would be the most important thing. Like it would have to be indoors because you're not gonna get most of the players that want to play outdoors. You know,
that's fact though.
especially with like it has to be regulation rims. It has to be a lot of stuff for them to want to come out there. You know,
Do you think they beat the Accra League? You think the rim is 10 feet?
how tall you think it?
Why are you laughing, bro? I'm asking a serious
Nah,
question. You think it's 10 feet?
I don't know if it's stuffy. I think it's probably like 9'7", 9'8", probably. It's not 10 feet.
So you think this such thing should be encouraged?
Yeah, you gotta make sure that everything is regulation. You know what I mean? Because it'll be to a point. It'll be to a point of like, I mean, you can adjust, obviously, right? But it'll be to a point of it'll be better for Ghana basketball if everything is regulation. You know what I mean? Like the rims, everything is regulation. Then they go to that BAL. I really think Ghana can get a team in the BAL very easy too, but it has to be backing too, though. It should be the Ghana Federation backing whoever's in the BAL. I don't know if they are or not, but like with like finances and maybe even gear or something like that too. You know,
So what's the biggest misconception about Ghana basketball?
that we don't that we just athletic. We don't know how to play basketball. I think that there's a lot of skilled basketball players in Ghana too, though, and I've seen it. It's just that we just have to keep training the younger generation, so then everybody could be on that level. But there's some players that are getting it done that played in the BL that I think will be very talented. I mean, played in the ABL that I think will be very talented anywhere they play at.
So do you think also? I mean, there's a situation where there's a sad event that happened where a young talent, a Ghanaian basketball player,
That's the
died
way.
playing basketball. Rest in peace to him. And I want to know your take on that because I mean, there's been rumors this wasn't his first time. What was the name? This wasn't his first time having situations playing basketball. I think he collapsed or whatever during practice, and he played a game and he wasn't feeling well. And I mean, it didn't turn out to be something good. What do you think the Ghana basketball or the Accra basketball league should do with with how players are accepted or how players are allowed to play in the league?
Yeah, so like I don't really try to go through hearsay, right? So it would have to be like a fact that I know. But for me, I think there should be a at least an ambulance and like what you call it, like people ready for like emergencies, right? So like let's say like someone gets cut or something like that. They shouldn't be driving to a hospital. There should be people on staff to be able to monitor all that stuff too. And then obviously, like America, you have to have a baseline, right? You have to be able to run a certain amount in a certain time where you're tracking the person's heart and stuff like that too. So then everybody knows if they're healthy or not, you know? So it's to the point of they have to be able to monitor it. Because for me, there's a lot of people that have passed away playing basketball. And I feel like it's to a point, it's not just in Ghana, it's not just in America, it's everywhere in the world. If you're not monitoring the kids right or whoever's playing right, then someone could pass away. But I think for the crowd basketball league, and I don't want them to take it as hate because I'm a figurehead, so they probably like he's just talking. But I think they should just have someone at the court that has no CPR. Then they have the electric jolt things for your chest and stuff like that, and have all the emergency kit just in case. Because I think that if there's emergency workers there, I think that it'll help out the security of the people too. I also think that people should be getting paid. There should be a trainer there too. If they're trying to make it what the league should be, they have to make it more professional in that type of sense.
And do you believe Ghana can become a basketball powerhouse in Africa?
I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that. I think you guys see what I've been doing with these kids. I mean, Abdul started the path for the new age, the new group of people. with Abdul being ranked, and then you got Joel, you got Jamal, and then you got Jace. But then also Rashid Kuta, that's going to North Texas. You got Yao Umsung at Citadel. You got FK at Delaware State. You got Chris. You got Jeremiah. You got Diku. You got Dylan. You got Nate Mensah. You got his brother. So it's just to a point of just like we just gotta keep bringing people in, keep bringing people in, keep bringing people in, and we'll get there. But we need more guards, though. You notice I
That's
said all
right.
bigs. I said all
Man,
big.
that's all. That's what all teams like right now, bro. I think there's so many guards in the market right now, and it's bigs right now that's unavailable that they're trying to get. So what legacy do you want to leave? Like in basketball?
I think for me, the legacy I want to leave is I was a killer on the court, but I was also a killer when it came to mentoring too. When it comes to being able to put these kids in the right situation to win, and actually just change people's lives, and help them to change their families' lives and change their grandparents' lives and their moms' lives and their dads' lives, their families' lives, and then their kids' lives, and like change your whole family dynamic. I think there's so much money in basketball. Yo, one NIL could change. You can get a whole facility with one NIL a year. You just got to work at it, right? So it's to the point of just being able to do what you need to do at this current moment to make you presentable to change. Change your family's life, and then go for the stars and get to the NBA, and then you good for life.
That's fact, bro. Man, I mean, it was nice having you, bro. I mean, it was nice talking to you, and I know you're doing so much things for the youth, the Ghanaian basketball players
Yeah,
coming from Ghana to the States. I mean, man, during our time in Ghana, we didn't have much people doing that for us. If I had such an opportunity of coming to the States and staying with someone, like, having a mentor
man.
and playing basketball, it would have been so much different. You know what I'm saying? It's like so much. I would have appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? So I know these kids appreciate what you are doing, and I mean, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, and you have all our supports, and hopefully my people back home are also supportive in everything that you're doing.
Yeah,
So you can keep doing whatever you're doing, and I mean, from my side, what I see, you're doing something good, bro. So you just keep doing whatever you're doing.
appreciate it. I just want to say to everybody on the live or that was on the live, continue working, continue trying to get to where you need to get to. Have faith in your God, and just know who you are as a person. Don't, and also don't quit on yourself. You're gonna go through stuff that's gonna put you down or put you up, have ups and downs and stuff like that. Just reach for the stars and get what you need to get, man.
That's fact, bro. So I mean, it was nice having you. I mean,
Sure.
I have your number, so we stay logged in and keep in touch, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna tap in. All right, man. I appreciate y'all, yo.
Appreciate you too, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey.